Hi, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some things that were talked about on KI Live. I'm most likely going to be breaking this up into separate videos because they're all different types of topics. But for this specific video, we're going to be talking about the packs that are coming into Wizard101, which they teased quite a lot in the KI Live, which I was really surprised about. And honestly, this should be something that's like a standard moving forward. With KI Lives, I feel like it's always question and answer type things. I feel like they can always do those on different types of streams. But what they've been doing now with like just having some questions, but also actually showing some like, I guess like teasers and stuff like that, are really nice moving forward, and I think it should just be a standard. So we'll go over the packs in today's video and give you guys my opinions and thoughts. So if you guys do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. Join Discord if you guys haven't. I appreciate everybody that's in the Discord that do help me out when it comes to videos and everything like that, or whether it be information or everything like that. You guys do help out a crap ton. But we're going to be talking about the packs. So the first pack that they teased for January is this pack right here. Now, this pack, all we know is about the mounts and how there's different schools. Now, my mind when it comes to something like this, it's literally going to be a direct copy, I guess, or you could say, of the Explorer pack. So if we go over here and we type Explorer, the Novus Explorers pack, and we had the Great Inventor gear, right? And this essentially was just basically Eternal, but just reskinned, right? And a lot of players didn't get that at first because they're kind of like still learning all the templates and everything like that. And I feel like now, slowly but surely, people are learning the templates more often than other people have. But this basically was just Eternal, just renamed to Great Inventor with a new cosmetic. Now there was packs in here, there was the mount, or there's not packs, there's the gear and the mounts, of course, that people were kind of opening for it. Now what this seems to me, because this is coming out in January and we only have a couple days left till January is over, this basically means with the release of the Nightmare Dungeon, which is coming out next week, which will be another video in the next couple days, but this basically means that this gear is literally just going to be stalker gear, but it's going to come out with mounts with like all the schools, and then on top of that we don't know what the gear looks like. So we only know what the mounts look like, but if I had to make an assumption, it's just going to be basically what the Novus Explorer pack was, but in this case it will be for Wallaroo. Now, I think I do still have some stalker pieces. Yeah, I used the stalker pieces for the rings just for like my fishing build video like not too long ago. But we are getting the Nightmare Dungeon next week. So that means that alongside of we're getting the Reaver and the stalker gear for like the hat, robe, boots, and wands, that just means that the stalker gear is going to be in the pack. Now, we aren't going to get a world pack anytime soon. Probably not till like later this year, if I had to make an assumption. I would be way too early for, in my opinion, to drop a world pack, due to the fact is that we're still missing that hat, robe, boots, wand, and they want to keep that fresh, because if they probably tossed it in the pack like let's say this month or next month, a lot of players would just open the pack, you know, and just not do the new content. So that's why I think the world pack is not going to be coming out soon. This is just more of a Novus Explorer but Wallaroo Explorer pack thing, if I had to make an assumption. But yes, this will be coming out this month, and we have to wait to see what the gear looks like. But it's just going to be copy paste stats just with cosmetic stuff, so keep that in mind. I'll be surprised if they change anything around, but I think it's literally just going to be stalker pieces and just renamed to Wallaroo something, if I had to take a guess. So there's that. Now we can move on to some stuff for Pirate, I guess. So I guess I'll include this. I know I don't really talk too much about Pirate, but for the Pirate players, we do have some content for you guys, and there is some gear. Now, this gear is not correlated to anything related to the storyline from what I've heard, and it does have some unique pieces. We just don't know what the cards are. I mean, the mount is going to be whatever. I feel like a lot of players gravitate to what the stats are on these gear, because the fact is, if it has either more range, people are going to gravitate toward it depending on your class, and if there's anything that's unique on these pieces, people will gravitate towards it. So we'll have to wait to see. But I mean, hey, regardless, I'm hoping that we do get a shooty staffy type of weapon, and because I do like that shooty staffy, I think a lot of players can agree with me on that shooty staffy is really good in Pirate. But there's still a lot of different builds you can make in Pirate. But I did want to include this, and this should be for February. They did state that this is for February, so be on the lookout for February, I guess. So Pirate is getting quote-unquote updates, but I guess we'll have to wait to see what actual content updates we'll have to see in Pirate. But I mean, hey, at least they're getting some love and they're getting a pack. So there's that, I guess. Now, the next pack I'm gonna show you, honestly, I think it got a lot of players excited, and it's probably in the thumbnail because it looks insane if I had to take a guess. But yes, we have a lot of gear coming out for June, which I'm surprised they teased this so early. I think they just did that to keep people like entertained, because we're gonna have like a dry phase in Wiz soon after the Nightmare release. The only thing we're waiting for next is, I believe, the spring update, which is gonna have a gauntlet, and that gauntlet, depending on how it goes, gonna be good or bad. I'm hoping that they did add some things that I kind of requested, and that would be really nice to see. Honestly, if I get to see some things that I did request in the gauntlet, amazing. But we are going to get that dry phase. So they did tease some stuff for June, and that pack is, first they started off how I guess they did it on stream, is that they showed off the pets first. And I was saying by the pets, you're like, these look amazing. Now for me, I mean, pets are always nice to have, but there's never going to be like a stitching thing for pets anytime soon in Wiz. So I can't really say like, oh my god, I'm so glad that they did something like this. But I gravitate towards what the item cards and the talents. If there's any unique or slash new talents on pets, that's what get the player base kind of hyped. Or if there's something that has an item card that is very valuable, like I've been requesting for like a Pelt and Trap item card. I can probably make a video on item cards I want on pet, but you know, I can't really gravitate towards anything like this when it comes to pets. But the actual wands for this pack are insane. Now, it's basically astral themed. Now, a lot of players are thinking, well, if they're doing something astral themed in the summer, or like it's basically June, does that mean that we're gonna get an astral audit? I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like that's like a long stretch, just because they showed off astral things like the moon, star, and sun. That doesn't mean we're gonna be getting astral buffs per se. Now, it's probably on their list of, you know, looking into, but I don't think that this pack has anything correlated to that if I had to make an assumption. But these are the wands. So you got a purple one, you got a pink one, and you got a blue one. The blue one has like a sun, I believe. The pink one has like a star, and the purple one has a moon. Now, the best thing about this is the actual gear. Now, if we look at the gear, it is wild. Now, a lot of players have been addressing their opinions on this. I think they kind of got this from, I believe, like when we had, I think it was like the Crowns Award events, and people liked the idea of just astral stuff, and players have been like wanting something like that. And this, to me, the concept art is amazing. Now, how it's going to look in game, completely different. I think players got to realize that, because these concept artists do a great job when it comes to actually like designing it via their art and everything like that. But when it comes to actually seeing it in game, it could look completely different. Now, a good example is when we saw the concept art for Hun Hao. When I saw the concept art for Hun Hao, it looked amazing. It looked like god tier. Now, when I see Hun Hao in game, yeah, he doesn't look as menacing as the concept art. So same thing with this. Now, aesthetically, this looks amazing. Now, I know a lot of players are going to ask, is this dyeable? Most likely not. I mean, pack gear 90% of the time, or like even 95, do I say? I'm pretty sure like, I think all pack gear is non-dyeable, unless I'm forgetting about something. There's probably like 1 or 2 packs, but most of the time it is not dyeable. So it's the same situation here. And yeah, I think a lot of players will like this set. I think I really like the purple one. I know this kind of cut off. I think a lot of people were asking in chat if they can move this so we can see what the actual purple one fully looks. But I mean, just give or take, I mean, if you can see these, you can kind of assume what this looks like. So there's that. But regardless, this gear looks insane. And there's also one last thing, which is the mounts. The mounts are wild too. I don't know how it's going to look like in game, but the concept art for this is amazing. it is literally amazing. I hope like our player goes to sleep or something on the moon or something like that. It'd be nice. So we'll just have to wait to see when it comes to this. But if I had to take a guess at what the template follows, because of course this gear is going to be template, it's going to follow the whole template system that we have. Now they could introduce something that's brand new, like a new template, but if I had to take a guess, it's going to be the nullity template. Now we haven't had the nullity template come back in any sort of way. It's only through the raid. Same thing when it comes to, I guess you can say, like the Hunhow gear and everything like that. And we did get Void already, because the Void gear that's from the raid, from I think the Dragonspire raid, we already have that, which is the Florimancer gear. It's literally like one-to-one exactly the same, other than the item cards on the amulet and deck, I believe, but it doesn't change anything up drastically. I think the item cards on the amulet for the Florimancer are just way better than the Void one. So regardless, the pack itself is just drastically better and aesthetically better, if I had to say something. But we haven't got the nullity template, so my assumption is that the gear that's coming out, this gear, is nullity template. And if it isn't, I don't know what other template it could follow, because like I said, we're gonna be like, we're 170 now, and we haven't had, where is it? Do I not even have it on the schedule? Yeah, right here. We haven't got a 170 template of this. So if I had to take a guess, it's either nullity. It could be Nightmare, but let's be honest, I don't think it would be Nightmare. I think if I had to take a guess, the gauntlet that's going to be coming out in spring is going to be Nightmare template. No, yeah, I feel like I gotta make another video on this whole template stuff. Also, I just wanted to add this into the video after recording the video. But apparently a lot of players think that this is a reference to Sailor Moon Cosmos. Now, I personally wouldn't know too much about that, but people did want me to include this into the video. So if you see some stuff that I talk about regarding Wiz, but keep in mind this is most likely a reference to Sailor Moon Cosmos, and yeah. So that's why it's coming out in June, because I think it aligns with something regarding Sailor Moon in June. I don't know. So, but I just wanted to include this into the video. Yeah. Nightmare Gauntlet gear, whatever, is going to be basically have its 170 when the next Gauntlet comes out, and then the next pack in June should follow the nullity template. That's my guess as a whole. So there's that, which is kind of nice to just even see, right? I think it's kind of good though that they did tease some stuff. I just don't know what the pack stuff is going to be. I'm hoping the item cards are good. I feel like when it comes to gear, I pay attention to a lot of the item cards. I feel like it's been like that nowadays, because like with the stat caps and stuff like that, like especially in like advanced combat, if you already hit the stat caps, like I feel like you gravitate towards item cards a lot more. And I've noticed that way more in the raids too, is that people had a lot of stats to just like mess around with, and once you hit the stat cap, people just gravitate towards either energy for raids, because you know, cantripping and everything like that, wisp bonus because hey, you're already, there's like fish and wisps, so might as well get more health so you don't waste more wisps, save those for other players. Or people gravitate towards item cards like a dark pack talent, stuff like that. So I'm hoping this gear, whether it be in the gear that's coming out in January or the gear that's coming out in June, to have some really good item cards on there. And I wish that they can like tweet out saying like, hey, what kind of suggestions would you guys like to see item cards on gear? I would like to see some people talk about it, but I might make a video down the line talking about some item cards I want to see on gear/pet, and hopefully we can get some more stuff like that, because genuinely I want to see some things come to Wiz when it comes to that type of things. But that is it for the video, guys. There will be more videos talking about the other things that happen in KI Live, but I want to make those as separate videos because I'm kind of waiting on some extra information via messages. So there's that. But hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Join Discord and all that type of stuff. Also, let me know what your guys' opinions are on the pack. Do you guys like it aesthetically, or are you guys just waiting to see what the stats are? I don't know. But that is it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.